Every Dutch province has its own unique story, and over the next 12 episodes, I'll try to uncover a lot of them. And we're going to start here in my home province of South Holland, in the city of Hout. And there's more to it than just cheese. South Holland is the most populous province, home to nearly 4 million people, and the seat of the Dutch government is located in The Hague. But here's a twist. While decisions that shape the nation happen here, The Hague is not the capital of the Netherlands. That title belongs to a completely different province. Drive about 25 kilometers south and you'll find Rotterdam, a city that was destroyed in World War II but rebuilt itself with bold, modern architecture and is home to Europe's largest port. But South Holland isn't only urban grit and steel. Each spring, the tulip fields in Lisse burst into color, transforming farmland into a living painting that attracts visitors from around the world. And then there's Gouda, a city that's world famous for its cheese, but has so much more to offer. Behind the golden wheels, you'll find centuries of history, bustling markets, and quiet corners that tell their own story. Over the next few minutes, I'll take you through Gouda's market traditions, hidden gems, and even a few surprises you won't find in guidebooks. Let's start right here where Gouda's story began, at the markets. I enlisted the help of Susanna from Collective Stories, a local guide whose details are in the description box. We start our exploration of Gouda discussing the impact of markets on the city's living tradition. This was an old fish market decades ago. Fishermen would arrive in their boats, sell their catch to the community right from this canal. The fish market has been replaced by outdoor seatings for customers, but this bridge is removable after the summer crowds have left, reviving its decades-old canal views. Next, we tour the Gouda Cheese Market, a 900-year-old traditional event held on the market square every Thursday morning from April to August. Today was actually the last event for 2025. It features farmers and cheese traders dressed in traditional attire, demonstrating the historical hand-clapping negotiation method before selling cheese by the kilo. Head over to my blog, enjoyingthejourney.com, to see the entire scene reenacted with the intro in Dutch, English, German, French, and a bit of Spanish. Beyond markets, Gouda's soul is found in its shops and cafés. Just off the main square sits the oldest tobacco shop in the Netherlands, open since 1836. Above the door, a royal seal hints at its past, when hand-rolled tobacco was delivered straight to the Dutch royal family. Step inside and you'll find a living time capsule with parts of the original interior still intact. Down the street, one of the last traditional brown cafes keeps its history alive, but with its own modern twist. This spot was once an Irish pub, which explains its cozy layout and little corners that feel just like a true public house. Today, owner Lizette has reimagined it as a place built on fun and respect, an LGBTQ plus friendly bar that's Dutch at its heart. They play local Dutch music, classic snacks, and here's one insider tip. Ask her nephew Joris for his famous Joris drink. This 19th century sugar factory has been transformed into a B&B. And look overhead. Yep, those are grapevines thriving in our Dutch climate. I had no idea I would see something like this just steps away from the market square. But for me, nothing captures the soul of a city like its living monuments. As you walk around Gouda, keep an eye out for small tiles placed near house numbers. They're usually blue and white with the word monument written on them. What does that mean? It's the city's way of marking a protected monument. If a building carries this tile, the owner can't change the outside. No fresh facade, nothing that would alter its historic character. Inside, they may be allowed to make updates, but only with special permission. The rules are strict because these buildings are part of the city's cultural heritage. Each of these places are more than just a stop on a tour. They're stories you can step into. Gouda also carries quieter hidden stories. Passing through this women's gate, I step onto what's known as the Women's Alley, and it leads toward the clock tower, affectionately called our beloved Women's Tower. This was a place where women once lived, worked, and worshiped. But the hidden story goes deeper. Beneath my feet was once a canal, but now paved over for modern traffic of cars and bikes. This landscape tells a story of how Gouda has shifted over centuries, yet its history remains visible for those who pause and look. Of course, Gouda has its quirks too. The narrowest alley might barely fit two people side by side, but you can actually move your furniture in. You just got to go to the wider end of the alley to do it. While I was walking about the city center, I saw a sign that said Klein, Amerika, which means small America. So intrigued, I followed the path expecting something truly unique. But nope, just a parking lot. But if you think about it, that's a story in itself. But for travelers, car and RV parking just steps away from the city center with its own Jumbo supermarket is nice and practical. Even the train station is asking for your attention as it puts the city's history in statues along the top. What I love about Gouda is how its stories aren't locked away in museums. They live in cafés, covered bridges, churches that are longer than any other in the country, municipal buildings with Gothic interiors and stained glass windows, statues above the train station, and practicality you didn't even know you wanted. Each of these places reveals another layer of the city's history, and that's Gouda's story. Ordinary places hiding extraordinary stories. Thanks for watching.